The United Nations recently passed a U.S.-backed resolution tied to President Trump's Gaza peace plan. A major part of that plan is expanding humanitarian aid. This includes securing aid corridors, protecting civilians, and getting relief into Gaza. The administration has been clear that aid must increase, but it must also be accountable. That means that UNRWA cannot be allowed to be anywhere near it. For years, UNRWA has been plagued by Hamas infiltration that directly undermines peace and security in the region. That's why I led a letter with 25 of my Senate colleagues backing the administration's stance that UNRWA must be prohibited as a humanitarian delivery mechanism. If we're going to build a durable peace, aid must go through vetted organizations and partners we can trust. Ms. Bruce, as the Deputy Representative to the UN, what specific steps will you take to ensure that no aid directly or indirectly flows through UNRWA?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I think perhaps the most recent comment that reassures everyone that UNRWA will have no role in Gaza, its development, in distribution, is from Secretary Rubio. He made that very clear in speaking to reporters that they would have absolutely no role. It was undeniable and clear for the exact reasons that you stated, sir. Part of what President Trump indicated at the beginning of this as he moved to want to create peace in a region that for generations it couldn't happen or was resisted or it was this misery was the status quo. President Trump said there had to be new ideas. There had to be a new approach, not just in that situation, but in many others. And that's where I believe the UN can come in and make the difference, is that countries, sovereign countries working together to find peace, to reinforce peace, to facilitate that dynamic around the world is necessary for all of us to be able to talk together and work together in that environment. I believe the President clearly understands that as well. Our role, the first example is that remarkable passage of the Gaza resolution. It was the first time something like that occurred, and what the UN Security Council did was put their stamp of approval on President Trump's 20-point peace plan for that region. It was not the establishment of a new UN force. It wasn't the establishment of or the stamp of approval on the status quo moving forward. It was a stamp of acceptance and a welcoming of 13 to 0 with 2 abstentions. That this had to occur, that President Trump's plan was new. It was something that could make the difference. It was something that has to be implemented. And the way to do that, for the world to come together to see that agreement at the Security Council, means that other nations, other entities, NGOs know that this is something now, it is a new way forward, but it is something they can work forward with. The World Food Program, other entities associated with the UN and other nations and their assistance will make the difference. We will pick up the difference of whatever UNRWA claimed that they were doing. And remarking back to my colleague here, the rabbi, is the fact that it's also about education when it comes to UNRWA. The nature of what they were doing in inculcating and grooming the next generation of the children of that region to hate also must come to an end. So that is unfortunately a new idea, but it's one that we're committed to, and it's going to be very exciting to help usher that through as it moves forward.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, sir.